from where you are now at the UN on 42nd Street. How might what sort of reaction would you expect from members of the United Nations and indeed the UN Secretary General?
Well, I would probably expect most members of the United Nations and the Secretary General to either welcome the killing of Osama bin Laden or to at least say that it is an example of justice after what happened at 9/11. I doubt there will be many illusions that this will change things significantly in what the Americans used to call the war on terror. They're involved in wars now in Afghanistan and in Iraq, which the dynamics have shifted quite a lot from the issue of one man and whether killing him will change any of that. But I would expect that there would at least be expressions of either welcoming or acknowledging that there's been a certain kind of closure for 9/11.
But for the time being, scenes of delight amongst the small and enthusiastic crowd in Times Square.
Yes, that's right. And we're getting reports that people are also gathering at the Ground Zero itself. So we may move on there later tonight. And I think probably tomorrow, when the New Yorkers wake up, you'll see probably a much stronger scene of celebration, because this is something that people here have been waiting to hear for quite a long time.
Okay, thank you, Barbara. It's the middle of the night at Times Square in New York. Thank you. Now let's hear from our correspondent outside the White House, Andrew North.
I'm right outside the White House, where the crowds celebrating this news are growing all the time. And with me here is someone who's come down this evening. What's your name?
My name is Emily.
Why do you come down?
We were in our apartment watching the news, and we wanted to be a part of the celebration. So.
And did you come down before you even heard the news?
No, we just heard that bin Laden was dead, and we immediately left to come down to the White House.
But what does it mean? I mean, what does it mean to actually be here for this?
I feel like it probably gives a lot of people a sense of closure. I think it's a symbolic sense of closure for most people. So I think we just wanted to celebrate and, recognize that it's a significant event.
Do you remember where you were on 9/11?
Definitely. I was working for the NIH, and we were shut down that morning, and I had to leave.
Sorry, what's the NIH?
The National Institute of Health. I was working on a heart study, and we went in, and it was a government-funded study, and so all government agencies shut down that day.
I remember
everything. I just moved to Boston, and I remember crying on the phone with my mother, and I didn't know anybody in Boston. I just wanted a hug so bad.
But when you talk about closure, do you really think this is the end?
I think it's a symbolic closure. I don't know what this means for Afghanistan. I don't know what this means politically. I'm not, versed in that, but I think it's a symbolic closure of one chapter.
So right now, it's a mood of celebration for you.
It's a celebration. We don't have a royal wedding, but we have this right now, so.
Well, there you go. Some people are even comparing it to the royal wedding. Now, back to you in London.
Well, President Obama made this dramatic statement.